You hit this to start recording, and then you hit the red to come back, unpause it, okay?
Important that these two teams do what is needed to see victory. Both teams going with their expected starting lineups, starting to make way back into the field to see what they have available to them. Hopefully these two teams can come out with a victory at the end of the day. Chasing the ball down is Rose. Bocce is going to have to go all the way back inside her box before she knocks it out
the
of
chair
play.
go with it? No. Oh, okay.
But it is worth noting, sorry, Jonathan, that was good.
Yeah,
It is worth noting with UC Clermont, that offense was coming to life near the end. They had 7 shots in that first half, 4 on goal. The only one that NHTI's put on goal this entire game also found the back of the net.
Oh, that might be too wide, not wide enough with
There we go. Taylor
part that stays up.
Into
Drop it.
Dighton over to Rose. Rose gets to the end line. It's going to be touched out for a corner by Blad.
I have to find what I
corner kick chance that UC Clermont had earlier was really dangerous. They ultimately scored off a free kick, but got to watch these set pieces here if you're the Cougars against these
looks
Lynx.
too cold.
Very
cold.
well. Arena there on the goalie. Ball's played in towards the near post. Rose gets her foot to it. Second effort denied. And the ball's going to go out for a throw-in.
All right, I'm going to get out of here.
Nice job by Harrington to kind of clear that one back a little bit and at least get it out of trouble for right now.
So these two teams, they know how to put the ball in the back of the net. Over 50 goals for each team. Defensively, though, NHTI has only given up 5 goals, and that includes 5 goals all season. So they know how to play defensively, and they know opportunities will come. The only thing that is maybe a little bit concerning for them is that Adrian Dorr, she came in the first half as a sub, and then she was subbed off just a few minutes afterwards, limping a little bit. So that's one to watch, and that's a key thing if that continues to be an issue throughout the match.
She's been a key substitute here in this tournament run for NHTI. Obviously, their leading goal scorer throughout the course of the season. They have to play the remainder of these 42 minutes and change without her. That's a big missing piece for this attack that needs a goal at some point to win a national championship.
Down the far side, 1 to beat, gets the ball to Rose. She's battling there with Prusia. She gets past her on the first try. Second ball played through. There's Bocce. She clears it, not at far. That's going to be Taylor. Ball played up towards the back post. That was over the bar. And that's going to go out for a goal kick. Great job there by Alexis Taylor.
That was
they need to put their numbers down lower.
Really, really
all
dangerous on that clear that couldn't get out. And Taylor nearly made NHTI pay in a big way.
Here's Pellerin. Pellerin can't get it past Steinmetz. There's the second ball. That's going to find it into LaValle. That ball's popped up and hits her in the hand. And that's going to be a free kick there for the Cougars. Steinmetz quickly plays the ball. She stops it. The official says, no, that's a bit too far. I think maybe the ball was rolling. Now here we go. Here's the restart. Into Enos, looking over her shoulder. She's going to find Scherz. Plays it into the feet of Rose. Can't quite make the connection. But there she goes again. There's Otorina. She has the ball. Brings the ball back into Scherz. Plays it over towards Taylor. Oh, can't quite get the connection there. UC Clermont starting to show what has gotten them here. And those are those quick one-touch passes inside this final third of the field. LaValle, she's bringing it forward. She's got Steinmetz to beat. Tries to get to the outside. Still running. Plays the ball long into Davington, who's running in a foot race there with Polito.
Come on, Maya.
Trying to use her body.
Oh, Maya.
Davington wins that effort. And tried to find Piper Flood at the top of the 18, but great job there by Molly Enos to get back and knock it out of play. So picking things up here in the second half, both teams getting on the front foot, getting that attack towards goal. They look for these opportunities. Here comes the throw by Pellerin. She gets it long towards the box. Polito, she heads it out. Second effort there by, looks like Dighton. Now it finally falls to Dighton. She's driving forward. Enos to her side. Plays the long ball there towards Otorina. She brings it down with foot. Flick back over her head. She tries to turn around Blad, but can't quite make the connection. Coming across is Bocce. That's stopped by Reese as she gets in the way, and then back and forth with Bocce, and it falls out of bounds. This nice back and forth action is what we like to see, because it means the game is going to open up.
Do they
driving into the space, pinched and going to get fouled there. Yeah. great effort there by Kaylee
Hey,
Rose
that's Ava
to draw
on the ground.
foul. She just got the ball ahead, and those two defenders there just pinched her out.
Oh, how do you?
There's nothing she could do to get past Piper Flood
Could
and
have got a
Tyler
clip of
Harrington.
Ava.
It's getting the whole thing.
So
I know,
dangerous
but-
opportunity here for the Cougars.
Similar to what they scored on earlier.
I just let it record.
See if the approach is
It
any
should
different.
be. I just let it record all the way through. You don't need to stop it.
Okay.
UC's got enough bandwidth, you know.
Scherz on the ball.
40
Played
minutes.
short.
Oh,
into
come on. Oh, you
Rose,
tried
to
this
dummy it to get it over to
trick
Taylor.
play.
Couldn't quite make that connection. Does make its way back out to
I need
Scherz.
$5.
dropped into Enos. Enos
And
with
a
a nice little
water bottle.
rotation there, and that's going to go down all ball.
Ava.
Here comes Flood. Sends the ball wide into the path of LaValle. She's running onto it. Foot race here with Steinmetz, and it goes out of bounds. Lamar Jackson yelling instructions to his players. Scherz, ooh, nice little effort there to do a little back heel to get out of pressure. Can't quite do so. Still battling. Nice step in there by Taylor. She wants the
That's
ball.
not
She's going to send
Scherz.
this on. Here's Reese Aldebrano. She's going to finally get
Oh,
connection
come
to the
on,
ball.
girl.
One to beat.
Shoot
Gets past
it.
Blatt. Here's the shot. That's going to go wide. Great job there by Olivia Blad to put Reese Oderina on her back heel and not get a good shot off.
Yeah, Jabrina thought she had one there, and you can tell right as she let it go, she wanted it back. That was a great chance, but a great effort there by Olivia Blad to make life difficult.
Into the feet here of Pellerin. Into LaValle. Tries a little back heel to get it forward, but Steinmetz is there to stop it. Taylor, nice little back heel there. Able to keep the ball in, but can't quite make the connection. She's looking for the foul, and that's going to hit off of LaValle, and it goes out for a throw-in.
I won't be able to
Thrown
follow.
into Kaylee
Okay.
Rose. Rose, little cut back there, has her feet taken out. They try to get advantage, a little back and forth hustle, and the step over. LaValle bumping into Scherz there. Trying to get those two over. They're going to stop the clock, and they're going to have a little chit-chat with the two of them.
And Morgan Rule was trying to draw something there, and the referee just want to make sure, hey, let's not get anything out of sorts here.
Steinmetz with the overlap. Piper Flood with her back to the play. Played in, and there's
Girl, you
Morgan
didn't even
Rule.
give it to
Flood
anybody.
lifts the ball up over the top. Running on to it is Davington. She's battling with Polito, and Polito's able to knock the ball out. I gotta say, Polito, she's got that leg wrapped. Hopefully that's not a hamstring or thigh injury, but a little bit of limp right after that. Long throw played in, brought down by Enos. She's going to play the ball into Dighton. Dighton's a little late, but Scherz gets it. Plays up to Rose. Rose with the layoff. Good second ball there. Running onto it is Alexis Taylor. There's going to be Tia Bocci. Oh, nice little step there. That's going to win the ball back for Schwertz. She gets the ball to Enos, plays the ball up over the top again. There's Alexis Taylor. She's watching the ball bouncing, still not cleaned up. And here comes Knight to take possession of the ball. Good effort there. Little one-touch plays over the top. And both sides now starting to get a little bit more open. But you got to say this last few minutes has definitely gone in favor of the Cougars from Ohio.
Yeah, absolutely, and especially you can get those takeaways like that in the midfield and turn those into good offensive chances.
Scherz and Flood going to battle for this ball. Won initially by Scherz. She finds Odebrina. Cuts into the middle into Kaylee Rose. Rose getting a little bit of pressure there. They put her off, and there's a second effort. Here comes Alexis Taylor, and there goes the flag.
Offsides.
Let's say that was offsides. Again, UC Clermont starting to get the upper hand. Starting to turn the screws just a little bit tighter. Haven't found the back of the net yet. I know we got a long ways to go, but 10 minutes into the second half, if the score continues, a little misplay there. Trying to see what the call is there. Saying the ball wasn't completely stopped again. Remember, if it stays tied, we will go to golden goal extra time. And then eventually, if it's still tied, we'd go to a penalty shootout. Back and forth. Scherz. Turns, finds Dighton. Dighton looks to play the ball over the top in Odebrina. That's a great cutout pass there by Blad. Kayla Rose, second effort. She's able to get the head onto it, knock it forward. Over to Rice. Rice to Enos. Into the feet of Dighton. There's Kaylee Rose trying to keep the ball close. Can't quite do so. Scherz gets the ball wide into Reese Odebrina. She gets to the end line, looking to cross, stifled there by Stone. And they're going to send it all the way back to Rice. Off the chest of Taylor. A little bit of a push there. Steinmetz can't quite connect with it. Here's Pellerin. She's got some space to run. Now Steinmetz is going to put some pressure onto her. Played into LaValle. LaValle's a little roll-in. It looks like Dighton's just well enough just to knock the ball out of bounds. Thrown forward. Cut out by Polito. Steinmetz was trying to get the throw. LaValle. She throws it in towards Flood. Brought down by Duncan. Steinmetz. She's going to find Scherz.
Ava.
Sent around. Now back to Scherz. Over to Enos. Dighton. She's got an option here in Taylor. Played into space. Chased that down as Bocce just too far for Taylor to get onto it.
Oh.
That's going to bounce off of Taylor's face, and that goes out for a throw. NHTI parents underneath of us trying to stay warm. You see Clermont off to the right, talking back and forth, both cheering on their teams. Good turnout here for both sides with how far they had to come. They're going to say Polito, foul on her. She made no attempt on the ball. Davington just pushed off a little bit. Not many players getting forward here for NHTI. Going to bring the ball back here to LaValle. She's got Davington on the near side, Piper Flood in the middle, and 3 players on the backside. This ball is played in towards Davington. She tries to bring it down with her chest. Gets it to her right foot. Can't quite do so. Long shot there by Rule, and that's going to go well wide of the mark.
Yeah, NHTI just can't get those opportunities down in close to try and test Jordan Geis. Really, she's had a pretty quiet night so far. Hasn't had to do much. She's only faced, of course, that one shot, and the one, of course, that NHTI scored on. But you've got to give all the credit to that back line for UC Clermont and the job that they've done between Rice and Duncan and Polito, and the efforts in the midfield as well. We really haven't said their names a whole lot.
Right, and they've done a good job back there. We're starting to see, like I said, those screws getting turned a little bit tighter for UC Clermont as they put more and more pressure on that back line. But got to hand it to NHTI. That back line is holding steady. Bocce gets into that. Stolen there by Scherz. She brings it to the near side, decides to cut back. Can't quite do it, and there we go. Here comes a great sliding tackle there by Enos to get all ball. Steinmetz plays the ball forward into Taylor. Pellerin out of position. Taylor driving down the near side. She's got runners in the middle, but great job by Pellerin to get back into it and able to win that ball back. Great job, excellent effort by her. And she prevented Taylor from getting further upfield for an attack. Longer throw. Headed by Polito. Ball makes its way back to Duncan. Duncan looks to swing the ball out to Rice. Enos checking 2. Slips through to Schwartz. She's got options. Plays the ball down the middle of the field, and there comes Bocce to prevent that attack. Great job, great effort so far in this half of the game. 31:45 to go. 1-1 is our scoreline. Both goals coming in the first half. Opened the scoring up was Piper Flood. 14 or about 20 minutes into the match. Here comes Kaylee Rose, getting pushed out there. Let's see what the call is. That's going to go out for a corner. And a great job there by Prusia to kind of battle with Kaylee Rose, use her size to push her off the ball. And that had the potential to get into a foot race. Trying to see who's taking this corner, but his numbers are even smaller, even with a little bit of binocular help there. Here comes the corner, played in near post. Davington gets her foot onto it. Kaylee Rose can't get her head onto the second effort. Flicked up and over for a throw-in. Rice plays it in. Back out. Second ball into Reese Otorina. She plays it out. Played back in towards the middle. Running onto his Taylor. Loose ball. There's the second effort. Great save by Knight. Layoff. Shot by Steinmetz. Save by Knight. Excellent, excellent effort by the Lynx to stop that attack. But you got to hand it to the Cougars. That was 2 great shots on goal.
Great chances for the Cougars. Again, you can't give up too many more of those if you're the Lynx, but Nice recovery there by Knight and the rest of that back line to keep him out.
Here comes Rose. She's got Reese Odorina on the far side. Ball poked away there by Blad. Got to think maybe she should have played the ball out sooner. Reese Odorina sent the ball back to Enos. Enos with the touch. She's driving the middle. Tries to take a long-range effort. Can't quite put something together. The ball's going to get cleared by Stone all the way out here to LaValle. LaValle trying to find Davington. Taken away by Duncan. Duncan into Scherz. She's got options in the middle. She cuts to the middle of the field, looking to find a pass. Still being pressured. Plays the ball forward for Taylor. Can't quite do so. And a great effort there by Morgan Rule to prevent the pass from coming off. But it's still not done yet. That seems to be one of the common phrases I'm saying, is that they are still not done. Both teams doing what they can. Little battle between Davington and Polito. Steinmetz gets into the action. There's a little bit of a push there, and that goes out for a throw. Taylor flicked forward past Pellerin. Coming across is Bocce. Can't get it as far as Enos. Enos looking to connect that pass, and she's going to find the color of maroon with Stone. That's played into Flood. Nice little touch forward. She gets around Duncan. Going to look to take the long-range effort. Chip to the backside. Jordan Geis can't quite hold onto it, but she does enough to keep it from going in the goal, and she picks that ball up. A little bit of life for NHTI. Geis drops it to her feet. Drops it to Scherz. Looking to send the ball long. Gets it into the feet of Rose. Rose looking for Odorina. She cuts it back. Cut through the middle. She's getting pressured by 3 players. And can't get past either one of them.
Just moving toward Rose there.
She did a good job. Try to use her body to shield there. Couldn't quite do so. Bocce's going to get the ball out here to LaValle. Not much ahead of her. Here comes Pellerin late. Steinmetz steps in. She does a good job to cut that pass out. And here come the Cougars. She's got Taylor in front of her. Into the feet of Rose. Rose looking for her options. Tries to feed it back to Steinmetz again.
There.
Chased down is Blad. And Knight comes out to make the save. Now we're starting to get things opening up. Both teams starting to probe a little bit more. Got to be careful, though, that when one team goes, it leaves space in behind for the other to attack on the counter. Rose flicks the ball over to Odorina. She's trying to get to the end line. Knight, all the way out of her box, is able to pick that ball up. She's already there at the top, already outside the 6-yard box in the big penalty area. She's able to get all the way across to pick that ball up. Here's the punt. Looks like it got a little bit on her toe, a little bit backspin. Taylor, that's definitely going to get called backing into a player, hands extended. That's usually going to get called for a foul.
That was a chain reaction there. Taylor to LaValle, back into Simons.
Quickly restarted. Here's Bocce into the feet of Davington. Davington doing little toe touches, trying to get things around. Over to Prusia. Prusia finds Stone. Can't quite make that connection. She tries again. They say there's a foul there. A little bit more pushing and shoving. Jordan Geis directing traffic, trying to get her players in the correct area. Ball looks to be about 35 yards out. Instead of trying, I thought they were going to try to restart that very quickly. The official is telling the Morgan Rule why the foul is being done here. That's where the initial foul was, not the secondary foul. Morgan Rule, Davington, LaValle, and Piper Flood all on this near side. Played up over the top towards Geis. That ball's going to go wide, and she's just can't let that ball go out for a goal kick. Substitution coming on. Number 1, Kayla Emiot. She's going to be making an appearance here in the second half. Going to see Davington step off the field. Everybody begins their shifts that occur when this happens. LaValle goes into the middle. Piper Flood's going to push up high. Kayla Emiot is going to go to the wing. So now she'll be battling with Steinmetz. Flicked forward. Rose trying to get to the end of that. Can't quite do so. Davington lays the ball off for Blad. Blad plays the ball over the top, and this is going to be offsides by Piper Flood. Halfway through the second half, 1-1.
You almost ready?
Relatively calm on the card side.
Max.
We've seen 2 goals. One of these teams will need to find a second, or we have to go to a penalty shootout. Touched to the middle by Rose. Can't quite find Dighton.
Max.
Slowly makes its way
About
over.
ready?
Here's Rule. Rule back out to Emiot. Emiot running to chase this one down. She gets a touch. She keeps it inside. Here's Polito. And that's going to go out off of Polito. There's going to be a corner.
Maya.
Dangerous opportunity here. Set pieces have been vital for these teams all week, and we see that's where you start to get that confusion. Gets the goalie offset. You think we can get a goal here?
Yeah, I mean, Polito definitely was upset that she got to it there, and this feels like, again, when NHTI has struggled to generate many chances, you've got to cash in on set pieces. Let's see if they can.
Ball's played in towards the penalty spot. That ball's headed out. Only makes it as far as the top 18 in rule, but she can't bring it down. Sent long. Baji tries to bring it down on the first step.
Oh,
Kick it on
keep
the second
running.
step. Here comes Kaylee Rose. She steps through. Great step there by Baji to prevent her from getting forward.
What do you think?
She was the
Same
last
team they
hope
played
there.
last year.
No.
Yes, if she couldn't have gotten the control of that ball, Kaylee Rose would have been in on goal all by herself. And the 18-goal scorer you would expect would do something to finish. 24:41 to go. No subs up, warming up for Cincinnati Clermont. Just as I say that, he gets two girls up, trying to get them ready to go in. Simon, she cuts out the pass. Still trying to stick with it. She still has it. Gets past Emniot. She's got runners forward. Plays the ball on the ground. Can't quite make the connection. Great job by Prussia. She has seen these things out all game. And they're showing why this defense has only given up 5 goals this whole season. That's play to the backside. Reese Oderina, she's trying to stick with it. Puts Blad under pressure, who's forced to kick the ball out of play. Great job so far by the Cougars and for NHTI to keep them out of the net. Davington's going to be re-entering the game. This will be the last time she... That's played across the middle. There's Taylor in the middle for a goal! Kaylee Rose to Alexis Taylor to give the Cougars a lead. 23-29. And UC Clermont has fought back to take the lead in this national championship match.
Just an excellent setup out in front once Rose got around the corner, and Taylor from close range. That all-American combination adding up once again to make it 2-1. UC Clermont, and they have the lead now 23-29 away from a three-peat, Jonathan.
They are getting closer and closer. We see Aubrey Slack is going to come on for Kaylee Rose. And I got to say, excellent effort by Kaylee Rose to get to the end line and find Taylor. And we talked about this earlier, crashing from the backside and getting into that position where she was open, calm and composed to just tap the ball in. But it gives her team the lead at a vital moment.
I'll tell you what, Jonathan, you'd mentioned right before that, you're giving props to both UC Clermont's offense and NHTI's defense. And we said, beginning of this game, it felt like something had to give. And weirdly, despite everything we'd seen, I don't feel like either side had given until that point. UC Clermont now with that decisive advantage. NHTI is going to need a response, and they're going to need it quick.
Here comes Taylor. She's attacking the inline. Pellerine, Bocci, a little push there by Pellerine. Taylor's going to lay down for a second. She's hurting a little bit after that one. Aubrey Slack in there. Checking on her, making sure she's okay. Great effort so far by the Cougars. Going down a goal. Have now fought back to score 2 unanswered. But NHTI is not done yet. Davington checked in during the goal celebrations for Tyler Harrington, who was limping off a little bit. So hopefully she's okay.
We'll see what they do with that, with Harrington coming off. She's a midfielder, Davignon more of a forward, so we'll see how that changes the alignment here and who kind of shifts into what position based off of that.
Yeah, we're also seeing that Lainey Tony's checked in as well.
Looks like they've shifted LaValle to more of a midfield role in her stead.
Gonna have a corner here on the near side. Looks like Aubrey Slack is going to be playing the lone forward. Taylor dropping in. Tony's out there as well, or Lee Murphy there. Good touch there by Taylor. She gets the second effort to clear it out. Aubrey Slack gets her feet underneath of it. Good little turn. She's looking for her options. Gets the ball out here to Taylor on the near side. Taylor's just going to take her time. Turn. Oh, Aubrey Slack had the ball taken away from her. Pellerine. She can't get the ball there past Dayton. Looks like passed off there by Dayton. Dayton again. She's looking for options, lays it off for Enos. Enos driving. Taylor on the near side, tries to elect to go for slack. Taylor wanted that ball into her space. She's not too happy, slamming her hands on the ground. So she's not done. She's not satisfied just yet.
Well, remember, this is a UC Clermont team that put up 6 goals in the second half yesterday. They want to leave no doubt here if they can help it. And they know that 1 goal against this NHTI team is not enough to make you feel comfortable in the slightest.
There we go, dispossessed. After she fell on the ground is Emiot. She's going to give it a little push and a shove there. Great job by Joy Steinmetz to earn the defense there, earn the foul there, after some strong defense by Emiot. So free kick here on the near side. Taylor's going to step up to the plate for this one. Runners all on the backside. That's going to be Enos. She can't get it to where it needs to be. Stops to Joyce Steinmetz. She takes the long-range effort, and that's not going to go out for a goal kick. That's going to roll out for a throw.
Still a deep throw here for NHTI. A long way to go, and start to wonder here, what do they have to do, maybe alignment-wise, to try and get something cooking here with under 20 minutes to play, needing at least a goal to equalize and maybe force extra time.
I think we saw in the game before UC Clermont men sacrifice a defender to throw players forward, and that's what you might see them do here in the next 5 to 10 minutes.
And again, this is a situation where if you don't have Adrian Dorr, that hurts you more if you're NHTI.
Absolutely. Ball's played over the top. Running onto it is Taylor. Bocce's going to do well enough to get the clearance headed there by Steinmetz. Loose ball in the middle. That one's picked up LaValle. That's going to get played towards the middle of the field. Amiot, she's battling there with Steinmetz. Still no foul. Sticking with it, it eventually does go out. They're going to say initially they're going to try to give the advantage, but that's going to be a free kick in favor of NHTI. Played along there by Rule. It to Piper Flood. Back and forth, Steinmetz. Enos checks over her shoulders. Plays the ball into the feet of Taylor. Trying to cut back, which she does. She's got Bocce to beat. Back and forth, cutting to the inside. Pellerin's going to pick up that loose ball. A little bit of a late effort there. Eventually finds its way to Amiot. She placed in the middle towards Flood. Flood now driving. Step there it is, Steinmetz. Titan, she picks her head up. Plays the ball on the ground into space. Trying to get Slack to run onto it. She just wasn't ready to go. NHTI sticking with 4 in the back. Still sticking with their same formation. They're hoping things can work out. That was misplayed by Steinmetz. Going to roll all the way back to Jordan Geis. She picks the ball with her feet. She's going to wait for Davington to get close, and then she'll pick the ball up. You're going to look to the goalie to take as much time as she possibly can, any chance that she gets. Played forward. Good step by Taylor. Taylor's got Slack into space. She's running onto it. So is Bocce, with Bocce a little bit quicker. There we go. Slack putting her under some pressure. Gets the ball to Amiot. Amiot trying to get past Taylor, which she does and then doesn't. Still under control. Lainey Murphy sticking with it. She eventually knocks the ball out for a throw-in. So as we look here, Alyssa Brookbank is up and ready to go for Cincinnati Clermont, looking to get onto the field. Flicked forward by Steinmetz in the wrong direction. Almost got there was Flood. Amiot tries to bring it down with her chest. Makes it as far as Rule. Rule into Davington. She's got options forward. That's a good ball. Slipped into space is Stone. Can Stone get to it? No. Molly Duncan beats her to it and goes out for another throw. So now NHTI is starting to apply some pressure and get their own force. And it looks like they're getting closer and closer to score. Here we go. Dropped in. Ball's played into space. Gets its way all the way back to Prussia. Prussia looking for her options. Good step there by Scherz. She knocks the ball out and it forces it further and further back. Casey, if you're NHTI, what do you do as we get closer and closer to this final 15
It
minutes?
just felt like you had to keep that ball forward there on that possession. You haven't really been able to get the ball forward into the attacking third much in this second half, and being forced to retreat. They're just going to have to generate as many chances as they can. And, yeah, I think eventually if they can get an extra attacker on the field, again, it's at this point it's risk-reward, and it's a sacrifice maybe worth making because, again, it doesn't look like, I said it the first game, I'll say it again, it doesn't look like right now with what NHTI has that they're going to be able to get the goal they need unless they can really generate something quick here maybe in transition. But just in terms of the kind of regular half-field offense, they haven't been able to do it.
Alyssa Brookbank making her way onto the field. She's going to replace Alexis Taylor, and I'll follow up that question. If you're UC Clermont, what are you doing this last 15 to seal victory?
I think if you're UC Clermont, you got to obviously stay aggressive offensively. They've opened up some good opportunities in this second half. They're continuing to scrap and fight for balls. They're keeping possession, and I think that's really part of the key. Keep possession. Don't do anything silly. Don't do anything, out of sorts to cause a bad turnover. Just, if you can control this ball for the majority of these next 15 minutes, you're not going to give NHTI hardly any opportunities to go down and score in the offensive end.
Absolutely. Dayton with the ball. She's going to play all the way over to Rice. Finds Rule. And here comes NHTI. Stone trying to get back to Rice. Can't quite do so. Rule. Forward into Stone. Dighton picks that one up. It's still just a little little ping pong action. Dighton driving her space. Lays the ball off for Scherz. Scherz has got slack and Brookbank on the backside. Tries to get around Prussia. Does it first, slows it down, and eventually it's going to roll out for a goal kick. So takes some time off the board. Doesn't quite do everything that she needs. And here comes Reese Oderina. She's going to step onto the field. She's going to take the place of Joy Steinmetz, but I'm sure that there's be some... No, they're going to take off Tony. Or Laney Murphy.
Number 1, Laney Murphy.
See if they make any type of rearrangements. They're going to drop Scherz back into the middle of the field. Get Reese Oderina there on that backside. So anytime we get under 15 minutes and the winning team subs, we will see some stoppages. So that might draw things out.
And I think another thing, too, for UC Clermont is you're going to probably have to expect NHTI at some point to get maybe a little more desperate, maybe get a little more physical. Don't match that desperation. Don't match that, kind of leave it all out there mentality if you're NHTI. Just, you got to stay disciplined to a certain extent. You got to stay aggressive. But again, you don't want to rush yourself into a bad play, into a bad decision that could lead to NHTI getting the equalizer they need.
And now here's another substitution, another break in the play. Coming on, Sarah Miller, making her first appearance of the night, stepping in for Darcy Stone. In swinger, play to the near post. Ball's bouncing around. There's a loose ball, and that was a great job there by Dyna trying to get an attack on it. Here comes the second effort. Ball's played in. Played towards the goalie, and Enos is unable to get it into the back of the net. Haley Knight is there. Got to think here that they've given up 4 goals all season. They've given up 2 in one game tonight. So a little bit of uncharted territory for the Lynx. 13:34 to go. Played in towards Brookbank. She can't quite bring it down. Pellerin. Step through is Brookbank again. Finds its way to Amiot. She gets stepped through by Enos, and the ball goes out for a throw. Long throw, trying to find Flood. Good job there by Dighton to keep her from getting out. Brookbank into the feet of Rose. She does well to turn out of pressure. Gets the ball to Reese Oderina. She drops the ball back there to Schwartz. They're keen just to take their time here, looking to build up slowly. Brookbank tries to get that left foot on to touch it. She's chasing down Baji. Only makes it as far as the cutting Kaylee Rose. And she's dropping down into the midfield a little bit more to try to get on the ball and try to help her team win. She wants to see this through. She wants to add to that title. She wants to make sure that she's going back to Batavia, Ohio with another championship ring. The sophomore has 2. She would like, or has 1. She would like to make it a second. Looking at this roster, you got a number of juniors on this team, a lot of seniors, as this would be their 3rd national title. They would definitely like to end their career with 3 and try to set up some of these juniors to go for a 4-peat next year.
And something we mentioned, too, when we were talking pregame is that these teams are both about as homegrown as you can possibly get. Every single player for NHTI is from the state of New Hampshire, and every player except one for UC Clermont is from the state of Ohio. That's Reese Ojabrina, who's from Michigan. So, again, it's these two schools that have recruited well within their own state, have gotten some of the best talent, and are here playing now for a USCAA national championship.
Good step there. NHTI getting closer and closer to this match. They took the lead first, but so far haven't been able to keep it on or keep up that lead. Taylor coming up to midfield. She's going to step back on. Have a feeling it's going to be Brookbank that's going to give way. Restart here by Geis. 11:15 to go. Finds the feet of Enos. Enos into Dighton. Dighton's going to slip the ball forward, running onto his Brookbank. She's quick, just not the same speed that you see with Alexis Taylor, so you got to change up that style of passing. Bocce receives a pass back from Knight. She starts to attack the space. She's got Pellerine. Emiot ahead of her. She can't quite find that connecting pass, and we're going to see 2 subs come on and going to see another stoppage of the clock, I believe. So
it's Taylor back in after a brief breather, and Lainey Murphy as well.
So Lainey Murphy will give Molly Emis a breather. Alexis Taylor goes back to her spot, and they've got their most potent attack on the field for the moment. Steinmetz, ball's going to get through, trying to feed the ball there into Taylor, who's already got 1, would like to add to her total. And that's what you want to see, your 2 top goal scorers getting involved in the action. Kaylee Rose in the first half, 18 goals, or added her 18th goal, and then Alexis Taylor got her 12th of the season. So combined, those two have 30 goals scored. Between the two of them, another 12 assists. I have a feeling a lot of those assists are back and forth to each other. But that's still great effort that you want to see in your players. Good job by Molly Duncan to come across and take care of the ball, but she can't get it all the way out. Amiot, she tries to get the second effort, but can't quite make the connection there with LaValle. Or Davington there, sorry. LaValle is off the field, or in the middle of the field at the moment. Thrown in. Checking over her shoulder. Bocce. She's going to find LaValle. LaValle trying to flick the ball. I don't know if she was trying to find Morgan Rule or Piper Flood. Either way, the pass did not come off. And unfortunately, we're not going to see that effort. Ball bounces out. Still no subs up. Under 10 minutes to go. 9.5 to play. Cincinnati Clermont moving closer and closer to that 3rd national title. If they can pull this off, how do you think these girls are going to feel winning a 3rd national title in a row?
Well, I think, again, we talked about it. It's the expectation, right, at this point, when you've won 2 national championships. For the juniors and seniors that have been on this team, know what that feeling is like. Not only do the seniors on this team want to make sure they go out with a bang, I don't think they'd be satisfied with anything less than a championship, but it's a standard that they feel like they have to uphold for this team, and I imagine that head coach Kimar Jackson feels the same way. Yes, there is truth to every team is different. You can only focus, you can't let yourself get too far back in the rearview mirror, but it's a budding dynasty here for UC Clermont, not just trying to make it 3 in a row, but 5 of the last 7 tournaments.
On to the ball now. Sarah Miller. Got to say that for UC Clermont, I don't think you want to go too hard to the goal. You do have a 1-goal lead, but I think at this point of the game, keeping possession is as good as having a 3rd goal. Into Scherz. That's played into Alexis Taylor. She got 1 touch in on goal. She's going to lay the ball in, and that's going to seal it. Alexis Taylor. The pass from Ava Short into space. Taylor takes the touch, continues to go forward, and as Haley Knight came out, just cool as a cucumber, laid it into the back of the net. That's her 2nd of the night, and as I was just saying, possession is as good as a 3rd, but you know what's even better? Putting it in the back of the net for your team.
I think they'll take the 3rd, no doubt about that, Jonathan, and just like you said, I love how you said it, cool as a cucumber. That's what Alexis Taylor was. She didn't panic when she got in close. She didn't panic when she got past the defender. She knew all she needed was just get a good touch past Knight. You have it one-on-one with the goalkeeper. She angles it past, And that might just be what clinches a three-peat for UC Clermont.
Great effort there by the girls from Ohio. Ava Schwartz driving through the middle, played the smart play, and just laid it forward for her girl to run onto it. An excellent, excellent effort by Alexis Taylor to pick her head up, see where the goalie was, and just laid the ball into the back of the net. Here comes Dayton. Dayton lowers it forward for Scherz. Scherz is going to find Murphy. Murphy again trying to find Taylor. Very easy, very gently trying to play the passes, keep that possession, don't want to force anything. Scherz checking over her shoulder, looking for her options. It's going to be taken away by Flood. LaValle gets possession, sends it out to Miller. And Reese Odorina, she's going to chase that ball down. Kaylee Rose gets around Blad, but Blad does enough to get back into it. I got to give credit to that defense there. They've done a great job of dealing with Kaylee Rose. Unfortunately, Alexis Taylor's the one that stepped up today. Ball's bouncing around. Kaylee Rose still applying pressure, still not letting the ball out. Not running as hard or as fast as she did at the beginning. They're going to let the ball roll out for a goal kick.
And again, I think you said, I mean, it's just been great to watch, particularly that tandem down low of Rose and Taylor. And when you see that, that makes you realize why they're so good and why this is such a potent UC Clermont attack with those two working in tandem down low. And then obviously when they can get their other teammates involved, when they can get, good passes from the midfield as well, that only helps to it. But the combination of Rose and Taylor has absolutely led UC Clermont to this point tonight.
Played into the feet of Rule. Bouncing back and forth, can't quite get the connection. Moira Rose checking in, or Moira Irish checking in. Darcy Stone coming back into the match this half. Then we see Darcy Stone came in for Piper Flood. Meredith Stetson came in for Natalie Rice. And we're going to see, whistle's going to blow, and we're going to see a player down. That's Morgan Rule after that hard challenge.
Yeah, she went down kind of awkwardly onto her shoulder, and refs initially or immediately signaled for a stoppage, and the trainer along with head coach Heidi Crockett coming out to check and make sure that one of her girls is okay.
She went down pretty hard. Not rolling around or anything like that. She just kind of went down and she stayed down.
I think it was just an awkward landing for her, and hopefully she can get back to her feet. We've seen already the Lynx have a couple players dealing with little injuries here and there throughout the course of this game. We obviously haven't seen Adrian Dorr back in. Tyler Harrington exited as well. And now the concern for Morgan Rule is they check on her.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think you look at a team like NHTI, just unable to, overcome the loss of Adrian Dorr. And the fact that she did bring 16 goals, she definitely was a potent threat up top. Just difficult whenever you don't have that type of scoring or that firepower that you're used to up front. But we got to give credit to, that defense. They have held out really well. They've been strong. They have been organized, and that they have done what they've needed to do. It's just that offensive threat there of Rose, Taylor, and even Molly Enos from the center mid part. They've put a lot of pressure on that back line of NHTI, and can only withstand that pressure for so long.
Absolutely. And at the same time, I think you also, for all the attention, and deservedly so, that the UC Clermont offense gets, I think you've also got to tip the cat to the defense as well, because it's easy for them to kind of get overshadowed by these, high goal-scoring efforts that they've had and what they can do to teams, from an attacking position. But defensively, they were able to shut down this Lynx team tonight, and barring a massive comeback here, it's going to lead to a third consecutive championship.
Good ball there, and by Murphy. Saw out by Bocci. 6:15 to go. Trying to see who they brought in there for Morgan Rule. That looks like number 2. It's going to be Piper Flood. Cut back to Tochi. Oh, she had her pocket picked, but she was able to get it back there. So when you see the pickpockets in pairs and you're able to grab their arm before they get away. Played into Piper Flood. She turns. Murphy applying pressure. There's Scherz. She's got Taylor. Taylor attacking that side. She's getting to the end line. Oh, she just could not keep the ball under control, and that's going to give Irish a chance to get underneath it. Sliding through was Bocci, and that ball's going to go out for a corner.
I think Taylor wants a hat trick, though. She was angling her way past, made a nice step to keep that alive momentarily, working against Irish, and saw that chance off the turnover. Now, obviously, a corner kick upcoming here, and we'll see as time ticks down to 5 minutes left. I mean, at this point, a 2-goal deficit would be very hard to come back from. 3 goals would be pretty much impossible at this stage. So, see if UC Clermont can add one more.
Lainey Murphy coming back to take the kick. It's played towards the front post. That's a great job by Knight to come out and take command of her 6-yard box and just pick that ball out of the air. There was no doubt that she was getting that one. Good punt, long and far. Bounces once. Polito, she gets underneath of it. Into Irish. Irish brings the ball over to Sarah Miller. Ball is played forward. Good job there by Scherz. Sticking with his Piper Flood, the goal scorer. She's got Miller behind her. She plays the ball towards the middle. Good job there by Dayton to get her head onto it, and it's going to find its way to Kaylee Rose. She's got Risa Sabrina running forward, but great job there by Bocci to stop the pass from getting forward. But no, it's not done yet. Scherz. She tries to get past Blad and Prussia. Can't quite do so. Those two come over to help. A little bit of a mess. It's like watching U6 soccer with the bunching up, but they finally do get the ball out.
Speaking from experience there?
Absolutely, I am. I've got kids in plenty of age ranges. So we get closer and closer here. 3.5 to play. Steinmetz can't quite get to that. A little bit of miscommunication between Taylor and Rose, which that's unique. That ball gets sent all the way back to Geis. She hits the ball first time like she's playing kickball in the schoolyard and just kicks it out of play. Irish. There's the touch. Simons can't quite get it all the way out. Polito, she gets it. Left foot in just a little too much. We see 2 players done in the form of Flood and Polito. They're going to stop the clock here as we check on both the players. 3 subs ready to come on.
Yeah, Flood was trying to take a whale at that one, and I think caught the shin or the ankle of Polito, and I imagine that banged her up as well. Obviously, Piper knowing that at this point your only chance is just try to play balls toward the net and hope good things happen, but Polito was right in front of her when it did, and hate to see that for both players so late in this game, getting kind of banged up, and they're again checking on Piper as she stays down.
So Casey, as we draw to a close here while they check on the 2 players, I think it gives us a moment to kind of reflect on the week. We both got here last Wednesday. We watched games Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and 2 today. As we come to a close of this 2025 season, what are your thoughts on the season?
I mean, just first of all, a great tournament in general, and such a big thank you to everybody. I always, give a shout out to everybody first and foremost with the USCAA, BJ Burgess, Jared Sullenberger, Jenna Petrucci for all the hard work they put in, the staff, the volunteers. I mean, it takes an army to put a tournament on like this on, especially at 2 different locations, 3 different fields. Wonderful hosts over at the Montour Junction Sports Complex, and then coming over here to just beautiful Highmark Stadium. Today, my first time ever here, walking in. Again, I mean, you can't say enough about just the views and how picturesque and beautiful of a soccer stadium this really is. And again, just such a big thank you to everybody who puts this on. We've seen great competition all weekend long, which we knew was going to be the case coming in. But, I mean, you go back to, obviously, that thriller last night between Salem and Maine of Fort Kent. Congratulations to Virginia State University claiming their first USCAA title in any sport since joining as a association member this year. And then obviously earlier today, Central Maine Community College going back to back, and now UC Clermont trying to go back to back to back in the women's side of things. Just an excellent week, and can't be thankful enough to be here for it.
Yeah, so they always do a great job with these tournaments. The different locations, as you mentioned, is always poses a challenge to different teams, but they have done an excellent job of this. See, as we draw closer and closer to the end of the match, we got 2.5 to play. Trying to see who's checked in. Number 1, Kayla Amiot, she's in.
Tyler Harrington is back in as well for NHTI.
Yes, that's who came in while we were seeing what's happening there.
But I still don't know if she's completely healthy either.
Now 2:15 to play. Played into the feet of Joy Steinmetz. Ball's played long. Looking to turn here. There's just holding the ball in the corner is Brookbank. It rolls, but it doesn't go all the way out, and that finally does get knocked out of play. 3 subs coming in. They're going to stop the clock here with minute 40 to go. Kaylee Rose. Aubrey Slack comes onto the field.
For the Cougars.
And I do want to say we'll get a chance here in 100 seconds to give all the flowers to UCC that they obviously so greatly deserve. But do want to give credit to NHTI for their season, the performance that they've had, playing in a very tough Yankee Small College Conference. And they've gotten better and better each year that they've been at this tournament, getting now to the national championship game and looking like obviously they'll be runners-up. But that's still a great accomplishment for them. But tonight, you just got to give all the credit to UC Clermont for what they've been able to do.
To end their season here, 13 wins. I hope the score holds, and they still have hope as there's time on the clock. They're still applying pressure here. 13 wins on the season is always a great season to have. Putting pressure here is LaValle. Still can't bring it down.
1 minute
Finally sent forward by Natalie Rice. 1 minute to go here in this soccer season. UCC is edging closer and closer to this championship. You're going to see Jordan Geis. She's going to grab it. She's going to hold on to it. 40 seconds to play here in this championship match. UC Clermont looks as though they are going to go on to get that three-peat. Just call them the Chicago Bulls. And getting their first three-peat. Now, can they do it again in the next 6 years? I think they would have to take, 3 years off?
Something like that.
And then come back for 3 more?
Well, they had back-to-back earlier in 2018, 2019. This time they're gonna seal the deal.
10 seconds to go here.
10.
John's going to get on the PA system, and we hear that countdown as they go closer and closer. I do want to say congratulations to NHTI, but UC Clermont Cougars are your 2025 national champions. Look at the joy and happiness on their faces as they celebrate their 3rd championship in a row. These girls thoroughly deserved it after playing a tough schedule all season. They came out and were able to do what they needed to do to seal victory. And for these girls and for Kamar Jackson, that's 3 in a row. For NHTI, just want to say congratulations to them on a successful season. Runners-up is nothing to be shy of, and just a great job by them. Casey, what's your final thoughts?
I mean, again, treated to an excellent matchup, as we knew we would be, and as we were through all 4 of the championship matches, but the 2 that we saw today, UC Clermont, they do end up avenging the loss of the men's team earlier in their hard-fought efforts. The women's team pays it off. Such a great performance. Obviously, Alexis Taylor with the 2 goals. You got to give so much credit to Kaylee Rose as well for what she was able to do. That incredibly strong back line and defense with Polito and Rice and Molly Duncan, among others. But ultimately, man, it's hard to deny what UC Clermont's got building right now. 5 championships in the last 7 years, 3 in a row. Congratulations to head coach Kamar Jackson and his entire team. UC Clermont, kings of women's D2 college soccer once again.
Absolutely. For Casey Kreider, I'm Jonathan Hoover. I say thank you for watching into the broadcast and watching your teams play and compete. We're going to keep the microphone on and the cameras rolling as they present the championship trophies, the player of the tournaments, and giving the runner-up their trophy as well. So thank you for tuning in to the USCAA Sports Network. We'll watch here for the trophy presentations.
At this time, we welcome to the field USCAA Chief Executive Officer BJ Burgess and Assistant Director of Championships Jared Sullenberger for the presentation of the 2025 National Championship Trophy and Award. We will begin the awards with the presentation of the 2025 USCAA Championships All-Tournament Team. Freshman, forward from Christendom, Gloria Aclia. Junior, forward from Southern Maine Community College, Jocelyn Cibiello. Sophomore, goalkeeper from Southern Maine Community College, Aubrey Gilbert. Senior, defender from University of Cincinnati Clermont, Joy Steinmetz. Senior, midfielder from UC Clermont,
3-1.
Molly Ennis.
Yeah. 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 I don't know, they're giving awards out.
Damn. Hi, buddy.
Freshman, forward from NHTI, Leah Davignon.
What's for dinner?
Well, had to pork.
Sophomore, midfielder from UC Clermont, Kylie Dighton.
Chill.
Senior, midfielder from NHTI, Adrian Dorr.
Channel's Monday night off.
What's some of that banana bread?
You're fine. Hey.
Senior, forward from
Yeah.
UC Clermont, Alexis Taylor. And senior forward from NHTI, Piper Flood.
Piper was the one I think that scored for them.
I didn't make it. Give it to me. Transfer it. And then I had to bring it home.
And now, for your 2025 championship MVP. Sophomore forward from UC Clermont, Kaylee Rose. Ladies and gentlemen, after a hard-fought tournament, the USCAA is proud to present NHTI with the 2025 Championship Runner-Up Trophy at this time. And now, we move on to the presentation of awards for the 2025 National Champions, the University of Cincinnati Clermont Cougars. We will first present the championship medallions to each team member. Number 1, Lainey Murphy. Number 3, Meredith Stetson.
What are you doing? Get down. Trey, what time's Monday night? Our channel Monday night on.
Number 4, Alyssa Brookbank.
Which is 9, right?
Dude, stop it. I'm not getting it.
Oh, it's still early.
What?
I said which is 9, right?
I don't know, Mom.
Number 5, Maya Polito.
That's a dog park.
Maya Polito.
Stop.
Enzo.
Number 6, Kylie Dighton.
Maya Polito. Huh?
Talking, I'm not talking to you. I'm having my
Number 7, Natalie
Okay.
Rice.
harmony.
I said okay. Oh.
Number 8, Molly Ennis.
Enzo. Hey.
Number 9, Jordan Geis.
Enzo. Hey.
Number 10, Kaylee Rose.
Where you at? Where's Ava? Ava's coming up.
Number 11,
Ava.
Scherz.
Ava Scherz.
Number 13, Reese Odrobino.
David Scherz! David Scherz! I gotta color my hair.
Number 14, Aubrey Slack.
Oh, you teeny bud.
Number 19, Alexis Taylor. Number 21, Joy Steinmetz. Number 22, Brooklyn Applegate. Number 24, Molly Duncan. Assistant coach, Brett Black. And head coach of the Cougars, Kamar Jackson. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the USCAA and its 70-plus member institutions, we are proud to present the 2025 Division II Soccer National Championship Trophy to the University of Cincinnati Clermont Cougars.
Listen up.